And I suppose, like, I live in Sligo, and I know that there's a big push in the different developments of the Sligo, Leitrim and the Northern Counties Greenway. I'm, as a cyclist myself, I suppose I'm a member of Sligo cycling campaign, so I'd be very much in favour of that. Greenways are not just left on their own, that they're part of an active travel. I suppose that rather than having them stuck out in the middle of nowhere, that they're able to be going in front of schools, and no one can deny that. But what's raised to me, I suppose, and I totally get your concerns, that, and farmers have raised with me locally that and maybe I'm wrong now saying this about registration of land, that particularly that if land isn't registered in their names, that they're concerned about compensation around that. Am I right thinking that? And I'd love to just find out more about that. Is that something that can be overcome?
I suppose if they don't own it, they can't get paid for it. If it's not registered to them, they can't prove they own it. So how are they going to pay? Is anybody going to pay them?
Yeah, and I suppose that is an issue because and maybe that people have registered their land, but they're still not. It's not being put into their own ownership either. It's taken too long. That process is taking too long.
And that's why we see it before 2011. It wasn't compulsory to go to the land registry on conveyance of land. You went to the registry of deeds. So if land changed hands prior to 2011, it might not be on the registry of deeds, so they have to do a deed search to make sure they have it, which we all had to do.
Yeah, and so it's still in public ownership then, I suppose. It's still...
No, it's not. You could still own it, but it mightn't be marked on the land registry.
It might be registered. So that's something that needs to be addressed, I suppose.